Hi everyone, my name is Indira Bandari and I'm working currently as a data architect at Indie Technology. And today my topic is going to be unleashing the power of Azure AI Vision. So by attending this session, you will know what Azure AI Vision is and how to get started in order to use Azure AI Vision. Before I proceed further, I would like to thank Data Science Summit to give me this opportunity to present to you. And I would like to take a couple of minutes just to introduce myself. I have a master's degree in statistics and I have about 22 years of experience in the data world, mainly with Microsoft Stack. I have used Microsoft SQL Server days to Azure SQL and Azure Cosmos DB and all the Azure database stack. And I have a passion to teach kids all about technology. And I started off teaching kids in 2016 with a game development class, and then proceeded them to teach SQL and Power BI. I run classes for 10 to 15-year-old kids, and this passion has resulted in me getting the Microsoft Data Platform MVP award, Most Valuable Professional award. And from this year onwards, I have been recognized as a AI MVP as well. And if you would like to contact me, my LinkedIn is my best way to is a best way to contact. The other links that I have provided here are my blog link and also my Twitter link. So feel free to contact me if you have any questions about this webinar. Now let's look at the agenda. We'll be looking at what are Azure AI services, and what is Azure AI Vision is, and what are the responsible AI principles for Vision that we are going to use, that the Vision service is using, and what are the prerequisites or how you can get started. What do you need to require? What do you require to use Vision Studio? And I'll be doing a demo. So most of the part it will be demo, and maybe about 5 minutes of slides. So let's look at what are Azure AI services. So Azure AI services, Azure, as you all know, Azure is a cloud platform that is provided by Microsoft, and Azure AI services are the artificial intelligence services that are available on Azure. So I have listed quite a few Azure AI services that are available. So if you look at Azure AI Search, Azure AI Search service is a service where you can bring AI powered search. You can bring AI powered search to your web apps or mobile apps, or even you can create bots using Azure AI Search. So the way you use Azure AI Search is you provide, let's say for example, you have a lot of PDF documents that you need information from, or a lot of PowerPoint presentations, or a lot of Word documents. So these are the different types of documents that you can feed into Azure AI Search, which will then absorb and try and create a vector index. And once you create the vector index, you can actually search giving some natural language text into the search index, and then you will get a JSON answer, which you can feed into any JSON interpretation, and then you can get those answers. Or what you can do is you can combine the Azure OpenAI service, which I have listed as next. Azure OpenAI service is something that is a service that connects to the OpenAI models, so that it provides a secure way of using the OpenAI models. So the OpenAI models, some of the examples of the OpenAI models are your GPT 3.5, GPT 4, 4.0, 4.0 mini, and also you can have text embedding models like the text embedding ADA models for model and things like that. That can be used for vectorizing your your data. So you can use Azure AI Search in combination with Azure OpenAI to do your natural language text search on your own data. If you just use Azure OpenAI service, you cannot use open just you cannot search on your own data. So you need to use either the blob storage or Azure AI Search or some other resource for uploading your data into Azure OpenAI service, and then use it in combination with Azure OpenAI service. And you have the bot service where you can create chat bots of your own content, and create the interface where you can customize for your own content. And the next one is content safety, where content safety is an AI service provided by Azure, where you can detect unwanted text, the text that is not safe in for example. And so you can maybe mark that as not safe, or racy, or something like that, using the content safety service. And the other service that you have here is the custom vision service, where what you do is, using this service, you train your own images, tag your images and train them, so that when you upload a certain image, then it will recognize whether it is from the trained images, whether it is a trained image or not. So for example, if you train let's say 10 image examples of apples and 10 image examples of oranges, and if you upload a image of orange, it will detect as orange with a confidence level that it gives you. So that is what you can use custom vision for. You can also use custom vision for object detection. So that is the service that you can use. And document intelligence is a service where earlier it used to be called as form recognizer. So what it does is, it turns documents into intelligent data driven solutions. So for example, if you have let's say invoices, you get a lot of invoices from various places, and then you want to digitize those invoices. So what it does is, you have a invoice recognition. You can train that invoices in invoice documents into an invoice recognition software, invoice recognition app, and ultimately create a like a because invoice will be a form, so you can create key value pairs, and then get the data into a database straight away. You can have invoices. I think there are some templates under document intelligence which can be used straight away. Microsoft has already trained them as per US standards. So you can have I think invoices, receipts, and there are some other, I can't remember now. So there are some other templates, or you can customize your own documents by training, by giving, let's say for example, 10 or 50 documents of similar type, so that it recognizes the key value pairs, and once that the key value pairs are recognized, then you can send those to a database using a JSON output that it gives. So you can make the intelligent apps from the documents that you have. And next up is you have face service. So face service, you can detect and identify people, and also it will also identify the emotions that are depicted in the image. So for example, if you upload a face if you upload a photo of face of a person, it will detect whether it's whether they are feeling happy or sad, or so you can detect that in the face service. And immersive reader is a service where it helps users read and comprehend text. So you these days you have immersive reader in applications in like Word and PowerPoint and other Microsoft Office applications. And next up you have the language service, where you can detect the language, and also you can translate from speech to text, text to speech, and things like that using the speech service. And translator service is for translating from one language to another. And I think over 100 languages are being used can be used in the translation using the translator service. And there is a video indexer, which will create actionable insights from your videos. So you can index the videos, and then it will generate actionable insights. And then you finally have the vision service, which we are going to see today, how to provision it, and how to use a vision service. So these are the Azure AI services that I wanted to share with you at today. And so we will see what Azure AI Vision is at this stage. So Azure AI Vision is a service that is available on Azure platform, where you can do 4 things, called the image analysis, and the OCR, which is the optical character recognition. So if you have some kind of a text, either handwritten or printed text in an image, it is going to detect and tell you what the text is in that particular image. That is called optical character recognition, which is called OCR. And next one is video analysis or spatial analysis, which um, is another type of service that is there in Vision, in Azure AI Vision. And you can also do facial recognition. These are the 4 services that are available in Azure AI Vision. And using image analysis, you can extract many visual features from the images, and and then you can generate insights out of the image analysis. I'll show you in detail in my demo. And the optical character recognition, that service extracts text from images, and as I mentioned earlier, you can also extract printed and handwritten information from photos and documents. And also it uses deep learning based models. So Microsoft has already trained these models, and it works on text with on various services. So earlier when I tried OCR, a very crumpled text, crumpled page, when I took a picture and then uploaded it, it could recognize most of the text that has been there handwritten in that. So, and also sometimes it recognizes languages as well um, in the photo, and then it gives you which language in it is as well. It does that as well. And if we look at the facial recognition, the facial recognition, sorry, if you look at, yeah, I'm not going with the, okay. So then video analysis includes spatial analysis. So video, these are video related features like spatial analysis and video retrieval. The spatial analysis analyzes the presence and movement of people in a video feed, and the video retrieval lets you create an index of the videos that you can search, and you can search with the natural language. So for example, if you upload a video, it creates an index, and then you can ask questions in a natural language saying that what are the texts that are available in the video. So if you have some captions or something like that, if you have sometimes you might have some photos in the video which has some text, so it recognizes that those particular text, and then it gives you the what do you call it, it gives you the text of that text in that video. And coming to facial recognition, it detects the face, it recognizes and then analyzes the human faces in images. So that's uh, about Azure AI Vision. So before we go into further into the further demo of the Azure AI Vision, I just wanted to uh, cover responsible AI for vision. So there are about 6 principles that Microsoft has recommended to use as a responsible AI principles. So out of that, these are the principles: the privacy, safety, fairness, inclusiveness, and transparency are the principles that Azure Vision uses. And if you want to create a face service, what happens is Microsoft doesn't allow you to create face service until and unless you get prior approval, because it is a very sensitive what do you call, sensitive thing to create, to analyze faces, because you might want to use for some inappropriate and unsafe unsafe ways to use the face API or face service. So it does not give access to the police departments for if because for police department might use the face service for some inappropriate in inappropriate ways. So these are the principles that when you create a vision service, that you need to abide by. So you need to be fair when you are using vision service, and you need to be inclusive, you need to have transparency, saying that you are going to use the vision service for these purposes. You are not going to be biased by being fair, and you are not putting people in danger. So that is the safety principle, and also you need to maintain the privacy of people if you are using people images in either in the videos or in the photos that you use for AI vision. So those are the responsible AI for vision principles. Now, what are the prerequisites for using Azure Vision Studio? So one thing that what we need to do, you need is an Azure subscription. So usually if your company has Microsoft tenant, usually they have Azure subscription. So if you have Azure subscription, then that's one tick of the prerequisite. If you don't have one, then you might have to create one subscription. You can create one subscription for free and use Azure subscription for 12 months using you can use some of the services some of the services for free, but some of the services are chargeable, and Microsoft provides $200 as an initial credit for your subscription. And then that's one of the prerequisite, and then you need to create a Vision service in order to use the Vision Studio, so that when you sign in, you already have the service. So those are the two prerequisites. Now let's and also there are image requirements. When you upload the images need to be either in JPEG, PNG, GIF, or graphical importable format, or BMP format. These are the 4 formats that are allowed in the image format. Unfortunately, SVG format is not allowed, and the file size must be less than 4 megabytes, and the image dimensions must be greater than 50 by 50 pixels, and I think for read API it needs to be less than 10,000 by 10,000 pixels and more than 50 by 50 pixels. So those are the image requirements. Just make sure that you have these prerequisites before you upload your images into the Vision service. And now let's look at the demo. So here I have logged into the Azure portal, and in order to create Azure Vision service, so you just go into create a resource and then start typing Vision, and then you will get from the marketplace, you will get you have custom vision and computer vision. So you go and create a computer Azure AI Vision service. So you can just create a computer vision service, and to create the service you need a resource group. I don't have any resource group, so I'm just creating a resource group called DSS NOV24 RG for resource group, and I'm creating this in East US, and I'm giving a name as DSS NOV24 AI, and then I'm using the free tier, 20 calls per minute, 5 calls per month, and then you have different tabs here. So I can go next. I'm just allowing all networks for now, and then identity, everything I'm just keeping everything off, and then I'm not adding any tags, and I am trying to okay, something has failed, so I'm just going to go to basics. Something is okay. Particularly for computer vision, you need to check this box, otherwise you are not because by checking this box I certify that I have reviewed and acknowledged all the terms and conditions. So this was the responsible use of AI documentation for spatial analysis. That was the thing that I was mentioning when I said covered the responsible AI principles. So now the resource has been deployed. It took about couple of minutes, and I'm going to the resource, and this is the Vision resource that I have created. And if you want to use APIs, you can use the APIs. This is the endpoint, and you can go to manage keys, and these will be the keys will be there. So the keys that you can use is one of these, and also the endpoint is here. So if you go to overview, the way we access Vision Studio is just click on this Vision Studio. So I'm just going to go to Vision Studio. It is going to open in a new browse new window, and then uh, it will go to the vision, what is called a vision portal. So this also we need to sign in, so I am going to sign in with the same credentials. So um, I haven't created anything because you, as you have seen, you have just created we have just created this service, and here we have the all the 4 features that I have mentioned. OCR, optical character recognition. So if you go here, you can extract text from images. You can try it out. So if you want to try it out, you can use all these. So for example, if I use this post-it note, it will create, it is showing and it will detect, this is the source. Please select the resource. Okay, you have to select the source, so I need to choose the subscription. I'm choosing this subscription, and you have to give the vision service that you just created, and you can confirm now. Need to acknowledge, and then once I acknowledge, it's going to detect what is there. So you must be the change you wish to see in the world. Everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. Notice that there are no spaces here because it did not recognize the space between the words that you have that you can see here. And it also creates a JSON file. So that is the extract image text from images. That's the OCR part of it. And then you can see the spatial analysis. You can count people in an area. You can go and try out each of these. So for example, I'm just going to go and try and show you the video part of it, video analysis. So for example, if I go in the retail, I'm just choosing retail as an example. So it just does, if I say summarize, generic summarize, so it summarizes what it can see in this particular video. So it's in a grocery store video. There were several noteworthy events that occurred, and then it says there is spilled liquid on the floor, an employee was seen mopping the floor, and other things like that. So that's the generic summary, but you can choose something specific as well. So for example, if I choose is there milk on the floor, so it, and then search, then it locates that particular frame and then gets it, and then it gives you the confidence level as well, and what at what place in the video. So it's at 4 minutes 37, starts at 4 minutes 37 seconds, and then 4 minutes 39, and then it also occurs at 4 minutes 48 as well. So it starts at 4, that's what it is showing. So like that, you can create the summary. This is mainly the one of the example for spatial summary. And if you go to the not spatial summary, video analysis, and if you go to the image analysis, you can try out all these. So for example, if you go add captions to images, you can say choose the first one, and then it's saying a group of cows grazing in a field. There are a lot of other services that you can try. I'm not going to do the trying part of it. So you can add captions, you can detect common objects and extract text from images, common tags, smart cropped images. You can even, I think, remove background, I saw somewhere. So you can do all that. So what I want to show you today is customize models with images. So you just need to start a project for that, and use this same resource, and then add a new data set. So for this data set, you need a blob storage. So we'll give a name to the data set. So DSS data, and we need to select a model, let's say image classification, and then I need to select a container. Now that container, I have already uploaded a few images in my Azure blob storage. Let's have a look at that blob storage. So here is my blob storage which I have created, named DSS store, and the container is the DSS container, and then I have uploaded 3 images of Coke and 3 images of Pepsi images. So when I go to my Vision Studio, I'll select this container. Hopefully it will recognize my container. Yeah, DSS store is my container name, and also what is the container, DSS CONT is the container name, and then select container. Now what I need to do is I need to allow permission to Vision Studio to read and write from the blob write to the blob storage. So once I click that, it and create dataset, it creates the dataset, and now what we need to do is we need to label the data. We are just importing the images, and now we need to label the data, and that can be done using Azure Machine Learning Data Labeling project. So click on that. I'm creating one, and I'm saying DSSML is the name of the project, and workspace. If there is no workspace, I just need to create a workspace in the Azure Machine Learning workspace. So it's taking me to the Azure Machine Learning services, and I need to create a Azure Machine Learning service because I haven't created Azure Machine Learning service. I'm just going to use the same resource group, and AML instance. It is showing Australia East, but I'm going to create that in East US, and storage account. I will try and create the new storage account, and then I'll ignore all these tabs, and then I'll just say review and create, and it will create the Azure Machine Learning service, and we can then use that workspace as the workspace for our labeling project. So okay, so the resource got created. So now we can go to our Vision Studio interface, and then refresh the workspace part, and then choose the workspace that we have created, the Azure ML instance, and then confirm the Azure ML data labeling project. And once we confirm that, then we can import COCO file for label data if we have COCO files for the required format for label data, and import a COCO file from your Azure ML data labeling project, so or from your blob storage container. So I'm just going to go to the Azure ML data project, and once I launch that, what will happen is data labeling project, what it's going is it has identified the 6 assets that I have uploaded. But so now you are seeing the error saying that the project does not contain enough label categories. This is the error message because we haven't labeled the images that we have uploaded. So I'm just going to add label categories, and then add a label category. Because I'm doing Coke and Pepsi, I'm just going to say Coke as 1, and enter label name, field cannot be blank, so Coke. Oh no, that's Pepsi. Okay, and then continue, keep all existing labels, and then save. So now we can start labeling. So this is Pepsi, so I'm just going to label it as Pepsi. We need to submit, and then go Coke, submit, Coke, submit, Coke, submit. Next one is Pepsi, submit, Pepsi, submit. Okay, it is. Now that we have successfully labeled, now we come back to the Vision Studio, and then add a COCO file. Now we are going to use import method because we have already created the labels in the Azure ML workspace. So import Coco file from an Azure ML data labeling project. That's what we will choose. And once that is chosen, we'll just give a name as DSS Coco to the file name, and then choose the subscription. Once you choose the subscription, it automatically gets, because there is only one workspace and one project, it just gives you the by default the names. So once you do that, then import the Coco file. Once you import the Coco file, so this is the JSON file it has generated, so just choose that. So now that gives you a JSON format. Now the next step is choose custom models, because now you have defined your data set. Now create your first model, because I haven't created anything at the moment. So train a new model, click on the train new model, and I'm giving a name as DSS model for now. And then again here the model type is image classification, because initially, remember, we chose image classification. And once we choose that, you can go next and then choose the training dataset, and the dataset is DSS dataset, and then you can go next. And here if you want to choose evaluation datasets, it's optional. You can choose it, but I'm not choosing that. So you can go next, and then here is your training budget. You can train it for an hour or less. Sorry, between 1 hour and 336 hours. So yeah, you can train, and then this is the model. No evaluation datasets, it's just for you to review, and now you can train the model. So now if you click on the model, it says that it is queued for training, and you can refresh it. And once the it is still training, it's going to train for 1 hour, so unfortunately I can't show it to you. And then you can use the try it out. Once it says that it is trained, you can use the try it out and then see whether you can upload new model, new Coke and Pepsi photos, and then see whether it correctly identifies which one is Coke and which one is Pepsi. So that's what I have for you today. Hope you have enjoyed the session. Thank you for attending.